guys, it's Timil, and you're watching Timil TV. It's Women Wednesdays, and I'm going to be joined by Jenné Claiborne. Jenné is the creator of Sweet Potato Soul, which is an amazing vegan food blog, and I found it online somehow, and just the recipes blow you away. It's just she has a way of making comfort food a little upscale, but it's really easy to recreate. And I'm not a vegan. I like meat, but I know that a lot of the things found in our meat, even if we try, are unhealthy, like the antibiotics. And I know the animals aren't always treated the best way. So I'm learning. And, this year we're building better on the blog. So let's hear from Jenné about, the vegan lifestyle, what it's all about, how it makes our bodies healthier, what are some of the effects, and also hear from her as an entrepreneur and see how she turned her passion into profit. Stay tuned for the interview. Hi, Jenné. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So tell us about your blog, Sweet Potato Soul, and just the name, the background, and what inspired you to create it.
All right, well, the name comes from the fact that my favorite food is sweet potato, and it has always been since I was a little kid. And then soul, because I like soul food. I like food that has a lot of soul, love, it just reminds me of home, my grandmother, and not even necessarily, like I grew up eating soul food, but my blog, Soul, is not just about soul food, but it's also just about all food should have that soul, that good feeling, that like attention and love put into it. So that's where the name came from. And I started it, I don't know, like 5 years ago, I think. About maybe 6, I don't remember. But it actually just had its birthday last week or 2 weeks ago. But I don't know. I'm not counting anymore.
It's been a long road.
It's been, I don't even want to know.
Well, it's about, like I told my viewers, I'm not a vegan in the intro to this video, but I know that the vegan lifestyle and just making sure that you're eating real food is good for you. But explain to us a little bit more about what it means to be a vegan.
Okay. Well, specifically, vegans are, we don't eat any animal products whatsoever. Now, there are different, I would say, types of vegans, because there are vegans like me who became vegan specifically for ethical reasons, so moral, ethical reasons. So not concerning health at all. Then there are vegans who became vegan because of health, because it's easier for your body, it's healthier, you'll live longer, less likely to get disease, all those things. And then there are people who become vegan for more environmental reasons, which you could put into the ethical category as well. And for me, it was because I was working in a vegan restaurant. I was vegetarian, but so I got this job at this vegan restaurant because I knew I didn't want to serve meat. And just working there, I started learning about like the animal agriculture industry and animal welfare, and it just, I love animals, and it just made sense for me to be vegan. So that's why I became vegan. Then after that, I learned more about all the environmental impact of, agriculture, animal agriculture specifically. And that now that those two together pretty much, they hold equal weight in me for why I'm vegan. But of course, the health stuff is also very important, Like I said, it helps you reduce your risk of disease. If you have, say, high blood pressure or diabetes or something, if you become vegan, not just vegan, you have to have a whole food plant-based diet. So not Oreos and that vegan stuff. Well, whole foods, you can heal your body, and it's really amazing. There's a lot of science out there that supports it. It's recommended by tons of doctors, nutritionists. It's always like in the news. There's always like some new study about why plants are better for you. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely has a lot of health pluses as well.
Sure, and honestly, I'm a Christian. Of course, everybody has a different faith, but one thing that all faiths or practices have in common is that, as humans, we are stewards over the planet, right? And so we learn a lot about how, mass agriculture does damage the planet. When you look at from just the minor research that I've done, especially cattle raising,
Yeah.
There's so much done to the environment and to, the air just from the way we do, I believe, whatever they're grazing on, right? So there's so much
Yeah.
CO2, produced because of the way we mass produce the cattle. And so there's so many things. And of course, the torture that goes on. So I'm very intrigued, and I've, learned a little bit more about how to, eat, better, maybe shopping pasture raised meats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't fully transitioned. I will being honest, but tell us, specifically, you said, of course, there's so many health benefits. My job kind of on the blog and what I like to do is tell people how things can simplify their life. And I've found that
Yes.
incorporating more plants into my diet is very easy to do. So tell me
hmm
about how being a vegan altogether can simplify our life.
Well, depending on where you're coming from. So, for example, a lot of the people who come to my blog and who are my clients, they want to simplify their lives in a health perspective. So, getting off medication, not having to be on medication at all. Because a lot of clients come to me and they say, they went to the doctor and the doctor says that they have high cholesterol and they want to put them on a statin, which is complicated, because you get on that and then there's something else you have to take when the side effects hit. So if you're thinking of it from that perspective, just healing your body, just simplifying the way you eat and not eating processed foods and animal products, that just right there, it can really help simplify and just make your life a lot easier because you don't have to take drugs. You don't have to be sick, feeling bad. You have more energy. You don't have to go to the doctor as much because you don't feel compelled. It's more like I go to the doctor for yearly checkups. And so that's super helpful to simplify your life. But also, plant-based foods, they have a lot of them have a longer shelf life as opposed to like animal products like meat and dairy and cheese. So just like when it comes to grocery shopping, you can stock up more. So you can buy frozen vegetables, canned beans, spices, sauces, whole grains. They all keep for a much longer time than if you're eating, meat, dairy, those things. So you don't have to go grocery shopping as often because you can buy more at once. And even, the cooking. When you are eating vegetables, there's more prep. You have to chop more, and you want more variety and more color, as opposed to just buying a piece of fish and sticking it in the oven. Now, that is usually one of the biggest challenges for people, the prep work that comes with it. But yeah, it doesn't have to be difficult. You can buy pre-cut vegetables, you can buy frozen vegetables, but then of course you can also look at the trade-offs. So by spending a little bit more time prepping your ingredients in the kitchen, you will spend way less time in the doctor's office, at the pharmacy, and you'll have much more energy so you can enjoy all of life more.
Sure, and it's
a pretty good trade-off.
When you take time and
It
you put
tastes
all
so
those
much better.
ingredients into your food, and you're not just like doing a quick
Yes.
fix, it definitely tastes better. And we talk about meal planning a lot just because of the budgetary benefits of meal planning. And so tell me a little bit about how being a vegan can save you money, or at least eating
Oh my
vegan
goodness.
2 times a week, 3 times a week, how much money you can save with that.
Absolutely. So yeah, if you look at, say for instance, you go to the store and you're going to buy a pack of like a pound of chicken wings or something. You can it's a lot cheaper to buy the same amount of food if you just buy a pound of beans. They're going to go a lot farther also. No matter where you live in the United States, at least, you can buy a bag of beans. You can go to any grocery store. It doesn't matter if they're organic. It doesn't matter if they are like some fancy heirloom varietal. Beans are wonderful, right? And so that's one way. Also grains, whole grains. So you want to avoid refined things like white rice, but nowadays it's easy to find brown rice everywhere. Also, it's a lot easier to purchase food online if it's plant-based than it is meat-based, and it's cheaper. So I often shop on this website called Thrive Market.
Yes,
And there's another one. Yes, I love it. And also jet.com. So that one, it's so much less expensive. And you're not going to be able to save money online if you're buying animal products, period, because it's perishable. But if you're buying your whole grains and your beans and your sauces and your spices and all that, you can definitely save money. And just like you said, meal planning. It's about planning ahead of time, having your shopping list down, and it just makes life so much easier. Like I said before, you don't have to shop as often. You just have to pick up like the fresh vegetables. But otherwise, all this other stuff will keep for a long time.
So your blog is amazing. I
Thank
love the
you.
recipes. You're welcome. But tell me a little bit about your life outside the blog. You are an entrepreneur. Tell us how you
Yeah.
made your passion for food profitable.
Well, after working at that vegan restaurant and becoming vegan myself, I decided that I wanted to start a personal chef service. And I live here. I live in New York City. And I specifically wanted to do a personal chef service because I knew I could make more money doing that than working in a restaurant, because you're at the mercy of being paid hourly, right? And no. So I decided to start a personal chef service, be my own. And that I started like 4 years ago now. It's been about 4 years. And I've been working, doing that. I want to say full time. I've been working for myself full time since then, but my personal chef service has morphed. So for a time, I was doing a lot of cooking for people, doing meal delivery and in-home cooking 3 to 4 days a week. Very busy. It's easy to be busy here in this city because there's so many people. But then I got a little bit burnt out because, oh my goodness, can you imagine 4 days and all that shopping and delivering is just too much. So then I shifted to doing more online programs, so coaching people who all around the country who want to become vegan, one-on-one and group programs. And then I missed, the one-on-one interaction, so I added in cooking classes. So now I do a lot more cooking classes here in my apartment, so I don't have to leave. And and basically it's a blend of all three now, plus the blog. I don't really make any money off the blog, not substantially. So the Nourishing Vegan, the business, it's become an amalgamation of the three components that I've always played around with now.
Well, let me tell you how much I love that and I appreciate that. Number one, that you identified that there was a burnout, that you were,
Yeah.
even though you were working for yourself, it was becoming, maybe just too much. And I love that you kind of took control and you diversified, but keep being under the same umbrella. So I think that really teaches everybody a lot to kind of look at the, different and varying ways that you can still make money from your business and just have it maybe be more flexible for you. Like you said, location independent, offering services all over the country. So I think that's really inspiring. So thanks for sharing that with us. But tell us a little bit about your new venture that you have, the latest thing you have going on, So Bootylicious.
Oh, yes. Yes. This one is the most exciting thing that I've perhaps done in a while. So it's a meal planning program that is based on Buddha bowls, and Buddha bowls are 1 bowl meals. So imagine you have a big, beautiful ceramic bowl and you've got all your macros. So you have your carbs, your healthy fats, and your proteins. So in a vegan sense, that would be whole grains, it would be beans or lentils, vegetables, green vegetable, starchy vegetable, and then you top it off with a really delicious sauce or spices, fermented vegetables. To be completely honest, the varieties or the options for this are endless because there's so many ways to mix and match, right? And instead of you having to figure it all out, how do I mix and match? What do I put with what? We've created a whole meal plan program that's based around this. And so this is a really good program for people who, one, want to save money and not go to the grocery store without a plan. So you have your meal plan, you have your shopping list, you have your recipes. It's also for people who need to save time because we set it up so you only need to cook once or twice, depending on you, once or twice a week. And then thirdly, it's for people who everybody needs to, but people who are interested in eating the healthiest, most balanced diet they can without having to sacrifice flavor and be hungry. It's about, giving you all these things at once. And the Buddha bowl is the absolute perfect vessel to, combine saving money, saving time, and eating amazing, delicious, healthy food. So, yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm
Thanks.
definitely going to check it out. Now we
Please
always,
do.
we always see these pictures of women and they're like 75 and they look amazing,
Yes.
their bodies and always, it never fails, whether it's Ernestine Shepherd or whoever, anyone looks up to, is like, we're vegan. So I'm just definitely considering it, and I want everybody to have the information. And so with Women Wednesdays, I'm always wanting to talk to women who I really think are influencing culture. And I know that vegan might seem extreme for some people, or I know it's a big, shift, but I think that with what you're putting out to the world, you really are going to, change the conversation and, create a shift in culture and in our health and in our minds and how we process things. So I really love the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Well, Jenné, I thank you for sitting down and talking to me. Everybody, check out the blog, of course, sweetpotatosoul.com, but also check out So Bootylicious. Jenné, tell us how we can access So Bootylicious and start, ordering those meal plans.
Absolutely. Yeah, just sobootylicious.com. And you'll find everything there. Right now, by the time, people see this, it might have already started, but we're doing the free weekend program, which starts this weekend, actually. We have over 2,500 people signed up now. And then we move into it's basically a 30-day program. And then you can even subscribe to be getting these meal plans every single month. So you always are on track. sobootylicious.com, and all the information is there.
All right, Jenné, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.